Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I'm doing a little rearranging of one of my travelers' notebooks, and I wanted to kind of show you what's going on in case that can inspire you in some way, shape, or form. So I have talked about this book before. This is the Olive Traveler's Notebook Company standard or regular TN. I use this notebook as my, at least currently, I'm using it as my personal assistant, which is just a fun way of saying it accompanies this journal typically. I have a journal tote and I have all the everyday type stuff that I might use together, but when I'm just journaling about the day or thoughts or whatever's going on in our family, I'll just grab this and typically this is near at hand. So everything won't fit in here. Theoretically it would, but I have a chunky Stalogy in here that I cut down. It was an A5, cut down to fit the A5 Slim. And anyway, it's just bulky, which I like, but when I put anything else in there, it feels too heavy. But really that's just kind of morphed into that state of being. This was sort of my intent anyway, was just to have this little side notebook that held extra things that I might not always want, but are handy if I need them. So what this has boiled down to being is sort of my secretary, my assistant, and I had in this Corona notebook, I'll talk about that in a minute, from Paper Penguin Co. I had little notes to myself. So for a while I was making these hand-stitched hearts, stars, I have fish, what else did I do? Hearts, fish, stars, I think birds were the primary things. Another whole thing, but I was keeping track of who I had given one of those to. And then when my son Zach went into basic training for the Army, I was keeping track of when we wrote to him, or at least when I wrote to him, so I could remind myself, you know, get busy, you need to write to him. And then I kind of started a section 2 when our youngest son, Drew, went into the Marines. So it was sort of just my little helper. When was the last time I wrote? And should I write again? Another thing that this book holds is thank yous. And it holds a record of correspondence. Who sent me a letter? Who sent me a package? Who do I owe something to? Who do I need to thank? Etc. I also used it as my gift buying and list making for Christmas for gifts last year. And in the back, and actually the original purpose of this notebook, I kind of used as an ink tester. So when I had a new ink and a pen, I would write it on here and see how I liked it, at least on this paper. And it gave me another excuse to play around with a pen and ink combo and just to compare different papers. I do not know what this illustration I created is supposed to be. I get that that would be 2 leaves. It seems like a flower should come off of that. But that was just my go-to little drawing. It's kind of funny. Anyway, when I first got this paper though, I didn't like it. So let's look at it. It's the Corona White. I bought it from Paper Penguin Co. This name, this OGF text is like with that. I don't know what that means. But it is a 52 GSM paper. This notebook is an 80 page one, and it's described as being a quality Japanese writing paper. I know I've talked about it before, but I'm bringing it up again because this book is full. And also, I want to say that I really have gotten to where I like this paper. If I had to pick a paper that it's comparable to, I would say it's similar to that. It does have this nice, like, kind of crinkly effect when it gets full and written on. but I don't think it's it. Well, it is 52 GSM, so it is like the original. It feels pretty smooth. I think it's a little more absorbent maybe than the old Tomoe River. So anyway, that's my opinion on that. So I bought another 80-page book, but I'm really into the look of the graph design now. So I selected tabs that were also graph. I just made these with my tab cutter. I am segmenting this book. So Friends is where I'm keeping track of correspondence, you know, snail mail, happy mail, that kind of stuff, or maybe even people I owe an email to. And then I have my 3 military sons with a little tab so I can make sure that I'm keeping up with at least sending a quick note, sending a postcard, a text, something. And then I have this. These are all new. I haven't started to write in too much other than the beginning, and then we sent a couple packages to one son. But anyway, so I just called this one Inky just for fun. So if I want to take a note on a pen and ink combination, I can put it here. If I feel like just playing around with the ink and pen for a minute, I can do that here. And there's still enough paper for other things, but I think this will be my main focus for this. So this doesn't have to be in front of me at all times because correspondence is separate than journaling. But why I like this handy is I also hold in this traveler's notebook this envelope and my sticker release paper. When I'm journaling, I can look here and grab a sticker if I want to. I also have things in here like dots and stars for journal pages. I have a couple smaller stencils here. I have some mesh paper clipped on. This little card with a saying about sunflowers. I put it in this way because you can see the flower that way. And I have more, it's kind of miscellaneous ephemera pieces and stickers and tabs. It's just going to be a place that holds some things I might want to add to my journal pages. So all these are handy to use with this, with the addition of keeping track of correspondence. That's all I have to share today. Take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.